Hi, my name is Ken Todd. I'm Lisa Vanderpump's husband, the person that carries Jiggy, and I give a good shout out to Weho Sports.
Hi, Jay.
This is Jimmy Rollins, and you're watching Weho Sports Channel.
Hey, this is TK Hernandez, and you're watching Weho Sports Show.
I'm Justin Turner, and you're watching the Weho Sports Show.
Hola, están viendo Weho Sports.
Hi, Weho Sports.
Good evening and welcome to Weho Sports. My name is Raul Alonso and I'm your host. Welcome Facebook, La La Land and around the world. We have an exciting show. As you can see, I haven't been able to sit down because I'm so excited. I'm having our guest today, but our guest is a musician and we're going to introduce him in just a second. But let me introduce first my co-host. Senor, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing
Hello, everybody.
fantastic. You see, I didn't even get a chance to put my coat.
Okay, let's get ready.
I can do it standing up. I'll do that show standing up. That's okay. We can move this in a minute. But how was your weekend?
Excellent. I got great news this morning. I had 3 clients that dropped weight today, all at the same time. Within like 20 minutes, I got texts.
It wasn't me because you didn't call me to see how much weight I have dropped. See, people, you see how my co-host is? But that's okay. I get him next time. That's fantastic. So this week for our viewers in La La Land and around the world, we're not going to show you sports. We're not going to talk even about sports tonight. We have our wonderful guest, Mr. Jason. How are you, sir?
Good. Good. A little nervous, but I'm good.
Nervous? We don't bite. I got fed before I came to the show. So, but let me tell you a little bit about Jason. Jason, this will be his 3rd album, and let me show a picture of his album so the art directorial can go and show it to the rest of the world. There you go, directorial. His new CD is called Time Travel. And this will be his 3rd CD. He's going to play something for us out of his CD. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let Jason play us a little bit while we get Facebook on and all of that stuff. And then we'll be right back. So, Jason, take it away.
Okay.
What song are you going to play?
Rise of the Jester.
Okay.
Hey. Let me just double check that your camera is correct in here. If you want to have a seat and we'll talk.
Okay.
But now we're gonna ask you everything, all your darkest secrets.
Well, okay.
Sorry guys, it's live television and we got our Facebook back, and I know people on Facebook got to see part of your. And by the way, and that's a sound and the sound booth back there. The music sounds great, so
Okay.
our viewers back there are listening to that. So
Yeah, it sounded good here.
You have a question for Jason?
Yeah, tell me about the inspiration for writing something like that, and how did you come up with the title? Did you have the title first and then write the music for it, or how does that work?
Well, it depends. Like the rise of the Jester is pretty much a tribute to my brother. It's been like a long process in trying to write a particular piece about someone in particular or people in general, and my thought process is usually just write the music and then continue listening to it, do the tweaks, adding instruments, and usually one little key section of a piece that I like so much, where I think that incorporates the entire song. So I thought particularly this one best represented my brother. So
How so?
more, it was like he likes to, his nickname is the Jester, so he definitely likes that name. It pretty much majority of the song represents him as being the tell it as it is kind of guy. I'm not gonna say hardcore, but he's very into the sports. Like he's into the martial arts and art as well. And there's a little section of the piece that sort of represents him being protective and caring brother, at least towards me. He's very protective and always looks out after me, even though I'm the oldest. But he sort of sometimes plays that older role, so we sort of look out after each other. So it's sort of like the whole infusion of the one piece.
Wow, you must have loved it.
Now, Jason, Racha is your last name. For those that hadn't heard that or
Actually, my middle name is RoeShawn.
RoeShawn.
Last name is Michael.
Okay, so there you go. J. RoeShawn Michael. That's his totally full name. Go and get this CD. It's fantastic. I known Jason for about 3 years. He's been hiding a lot of stuff even from his friends. So, but it's okay. I'm not gonna put it and getting embarrassed on national television. But Jason, tell us, how did you become attracted to first of all, you just don't play one instrument. Tell us how many instruments you play, because I know you play a lot of instruments. Tell us how many instruments, and how did you become involved in that? Is it your grandparents? Who was in your family into music?
Actually, I learned how to play. Actually, piano. You're right. Piano is not my first instrument I learned how to play. The first instrument I learned how to play was violin.
See?
And that was from what I was informed, the idea of my mom.
Okay.
My dad was kind of like, yeah, but it was like in elementary school when I learned how to play the violin, and during that mindset, I thought it was good. But now that I think about it, back then I'm kind of like, it was terrible. It's terrible. But since then, I still like to learn how to play the violin, but I'm still used to the piano. My family is musically gifted. My dad used to play guitar. On my mom's side of the family, my grandmother, she plays piano as well, but she also sings in the church choir. My mom and my two aunts, they also used to sing in the church choir, but my mom used to play the clarinet, and my aunt used to play the drums, or I guess still plays the drums. So, so I guess, but the want to learn how to play the piano, I guess, because I always saw my grandmother play piano when she's practicing some church hymns. Mm-hmm. She had the piano at home. She always practicing. Ever since I started wanting to play. Well, I didn't say I wanted to play. I was intrigued by it. I wouldn't say I was wanting to play it. I just wanted to learn how to intrigued by it. So every so often I just go on there and play. And just to play, but when I wanted to really get involved in music, I guess it happened. It was during. I can't remember which grade it was. I know, but it was when my dad had a cassette tape, and it was Yanni's "In Celebration of Life" album, and when I heard it, it was something about that unique sound where I was intrigued by it. So when I heard the entire album except, I was like, I'm set. I literally like this kind of music. Don't think I was really into playing the piano just yet, but I started the whole
process.
Yeah.
Okay.
So throughout the course of the years, I started listening to Yanni. Got a couple of his. Luckily, ironically, I should say, my aunt and my mom had his second album. I'm not second album. Sorry, his other album. Because it was it was 91, 92 when I first started getting into it. So when 92 hit, he had his live concert on TV, and when I saw it, I think that's where I said I want to do music, or at least want to get into it a lot. But I had really no knowledge or experience about it. So, I didn't have a keyboard back then either. I just had the piano. So I just continued listening to the music. Didn't really have a good passion until we moved. My family, me, my mom, my dad, my brother. We moved to San Bernardino when we started my middle school. I think 7th grade, 8th grade. And I think it was one of the Christmas we had, my mom got me a keyboard, which is actually this keyboard. And believe it or not, it's
held up.
Yeah, well, it had some fixes, but it's hanging in there. But I've had this one for such a long time. I've done a lot with it, from recording music to trying new stuff out. And like I said, and during that time, since I had this keyboard, actually no, scratch that. I had this keyboard, but then my dad also had a smaller keyboard about this size, but it was hooked up to an amplifier from his high school buddy who was moving and just had a keyboard and amplifier. My dad gave it to me. So I had the amplifier one first before I had this one. So about maybe a year two when I first got the amplifier, started playing, but no training, so everything was by ear. And I kept doing it for a while, about maybe 2-3 years from first getting that. Then I got this keyboard. Then it started expanding the whole playing by ear.
Did you ever get training, or did you just figure this out all on your own?
All on my own.
That's amazing.
I mean, I had some lessons, some training, but most of it all training. I mean, all
self-taught.
You got some lessons and you got some winnings too, right? Tell us about what happened with your album in 2015. Best album, ambient instrumental. I mean, you keep all these little secrets. We found out when we went to see you, when you play, and then all of a sudden you threw that curveball at us while we were there. Oh, my song has just been playing on the radio the whole last month, and it was the most requested by everybody. Well, so explain yourself.
Well, that was kind of like just to see what happens, because I really didn't think nobody would listen to that kind of music. So I just took a chance with it, really.
What'd you do? You send it to a radio station or something?
There's a special radio station that plays ambient music,
well,
right?
It's not just ambient music, it's all genres of music, but it's like an awards. They call it the Academia Music Awards, where you can submit either single, video, album, whatever, and just submit it for running to be best, whatever your category is. And I submitted for ambient instrumental because that's my genre, I guess. And my mindset, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna win it. I don't think I'm gonna get it. But I took a chance with it, and it was in April actually, and then that's when I found out I was nominated. I was like, okay, nominated, cool. And when I found out I won, like the next day, I was like geeking out. kind of surprised about it, though.
Of course you would. I will be too. You know, and all of the fans can go and find Jason at reveration.com/J RoeShawn.
Yeah.
So visit his page. You guys will find beautiful music and all of that stuff. Also, tell us, because Monty is in this movie that we're doing. And we brought you aboard so you can do that music. I mean, how lucky are we, Monty?
Yeah. For the Daughters of Legend movie.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he's gonna be doing all our music. So
are you doing like new music for it, specific to the movie, or are you using some of the stuff that you've already created?
Probably a little bit of both. It depends on
what the edit looks like.
Yeah. So probably gonna be a little bit of both. Mostly more new stuff.
That's cool.
That's the idea. That's the idea right now. But still, a lot of it's still in my head because a lot of the music I write is not written. It's all up here.
And tell us. I know you recently went overseas to Europe.
Yes.
Can you explain yourself too? Because this man had me sweating so much, and he doesn't understand that for a whole week I was texting him, emailing him. And he didn't respond.
Because he was just gone.
He was gone in Europe, right? So a week later, shows up and he kept saying, "Well, I was in Europe."
Were you doing shows or were you just having fun?
Vacation.
Right
It was right after the concert. And it was after the concert, after the gala, and then into Europe for 2 weeks just to relax and just sort of like a ending to the whole month, April month of just like it was like an amazing month. So I just wanted to conclude it with a trip.
Good for you. Where else did you go?
London and Berlin.
Fun.
See?
So that doesn't sound relaxing.
We're going to go to London, right?
Yeah. It was for me. It was for me. It was for me.
I'd be running around.
I've never been to Europe, so that was my first time. So a lot of it was both relaxing and enjoyable at the same
So
time.
maybe you can give us some tips, because in 2018,
Weho
Sports will be going to London for the gay games.
Mm-hmm.
So we might need some tips, we're still looking for some housing or something.
Well, if you're going to be driving out there, I probably say be cautious of the drivers out there, and the transit. The underground is very complex to understand because you will get lost. As long as you know where you're going, it's pretty easy to get to, but it is a very complex.
Where was the driving worse, in London or in Berlin?
London.
Mm-hmm.
London. I want to say driving worse because it's a lot of narrow streets, and a lot of cars go here and there, and people jaywalk there, and they've had too many close calls out there where people just walk in front of ongoing traffic, mind you, and I'm like, wow.
It's Europe, right?
Well,
You're supposed to be able to just walk wherever in Europe, right?
yeah, but if you're walking within oncoming traffic and a double-decker bus, then
That-
Good luck to you.
That means that they don't appreciate their life, but
Obviously.
let's get back to this thing. You have not only won 2015,
Oh,
you also won 2016. Uh-huh.
Yeah, with 2016. That one was just just another see what happens. I thought I would win once, so I'll try again. And then, ironically, 2015 was my third album, and the 2016 was actually my first album. Voyage was my first album. So if you go by chronological order, Voyage is my first one.
Uh-huh.
Joy to a Future Generation is a holiday album, so I guess that's considered two. To Find Oneself is the third one. Then I did an EP, Summer Escapades.
Uh-huh.
And then I did The Time Traveler.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also did, that's not released, another holiday album that's going to be released later this year. So technically that's
Oh, cool.
6.
Ask me how much I knew about all this. Fans, can you see me like I'm Sarah Chuck right now? Yeah, because I am Sarah Chuck.
26.
You're too modest.
I'm telling you, he never talks about nothing. We hang out, and he never says anything about his music.
Yeah, I guess it's just a show.
Most of the stuff I say is written in music. That's how.
But I think sometimes I'm gonna have a heart attack.
It's all you do all instrumental and ambient. You don't do anything with vocals, or
I have done a couple with vocals. Most of the stuff for vocals been for like holiday or Christmas songs, but I have not yet worked on lyrics for just actual albums. It might happen sooner than later. But it's definitely been requested and been asked. So
What's next for Jason? I know you're working on your music videos now. So what's going on?
What's next for me? I don't.
Well, the holiday album's already ready.
Yeah, the holiday's already ready, so it's got pretty tweaked that.
And it's just around the corner.
Yeah. I don't know what's next for me. I think it's just go with the flow, really. I might work on some new stuff slowly and show you about my experience out there in Europe. I might do that. Not might. That's gonna happen, but when? Don't know. So, we'll see.
When you were in Europe, did you feel inspired? Did you like hear different sounds, or was it maybe like looking at buildings, or what kind of?
The buildings. It was the buildings and the architecture.
And next time you go to Europe, please put me in your suitcase.
Okay.
I don't
Then
mind.
you can't have any secrets.
Well,
Not with you
not
around.
that we like to tell secrets on television, do we?
Oh, not you, huh?
We don't say we never attack people and say business about people. But yeah, so it's a minute and a half left. I want you to play us out.
Okay.
What are you gonna play?
Play one of these winners, or were those whole albums that won?
Well, the whole album, but they took one song. They took a song out for each album to be a single, and they pick one from each winning album. So I think I'll do the one from the 2015 album. So it's, this one is Nice to Meet You.
Okay.
Oh, well, nice to meet you too. Jeez.
Perfect.
And nice to meet everybody in La La Land and around the world. I hope you enjoy it. You probably won't hear from me or from my co-host anymore, because Jason's going to take it away.
Close us out.
All right.